Hi folks, this is the Fit Queen. So I'm just generally doing a very quick video to answer some of the questions that one of our figure actually have. So first thing first, thank you very much for all your support and love and watching my video to the T. So thanks so much for that. So I know you've got some questions. I'm just going to go through them very quickly because I don't want to bore everybody. So the first question, why are your cuttings so long? It is a very good problem. All right, it is a very good problem. First, we want to make sure that you you start on a very good note. We want to make sure your success rate is higher. So we decide to give you really long notes, of course, if it's available, to make sure that you are able to either make that decision to either cut into two. So some of you actually receive more than 10 or 12 notes. In the event if it is like 12 notes, please cut into two, so you have at least 6 and 6. The main reason, to answer the question directly, the main reason why we want to give you long cuttings is because in the event if it reaches you really late, the shriveling of the top and the bottom, you can cut it off and then you just take the middle part of it all. Yeah, so please do study the cutting and see whether it is in the perfect condition to be able to cut to two. Else please just cut the tip, the top and the end, and have that focus on that really good middle portion of it all. All right, so question number 2, hydrate or not hydrate the stick. So depending on where you are and how fast the cutting gets to you. So if it gets to you in one day, honestly, you can just hydrate it within 1 or 2 hours. If it reaches you in 14 days, yes, you need to hydrate it. It's just like your skin, hydrated. All right, so at least maybe 12 hours, 24 hours, that's what Dr. Fick recommends. But again, logical sense. In the event, if you don't know, please get in touch with us. We can advise you accordingly. And that really depends on how the cutting is. Cuttings are basically. So tip number 3, you need to kind of put it into the soil, 2/3 into the soil, 1/3 above. So make sure that you have sufficient note at the top. I prefer 2 or more, but depends, yeah. So 2/3 into the soil, 1/3 out, exposing the note towards the sky. So at least the notes will just go, it's nature. Do hurt the cutting at the bottom, and then just poke it. Make sure that the soil or media in the bag or poly bag or pot is compacted. Okay, there's some logical science into it. If you watch my video, compact it really well. Poke it nicely and water it 2 times. Also make sure that the media is very well draining. So pour it 1 time, let it all drain out, pour it the second time. And the reason why I asked you to pour it second time is to actually ensure that any bacteria whatsoever, or all sorts of dust, whatever, it just flows down. All right, it forces the water not to be retained in the first round of draining. You know what I mean, okay? So if you don't want to know the reasoning behind it, I'll be more than happy to explain it. But I water it twice, but make sure that the soil is compacted. And I think that's about it, actually. If you do have any other questions, let me know. And that's all. Over and out from the Fit Queen. And good luck. Oh, yes, one more thing. Whether or not you want to put it into a humidity box or a styrofoam box, all right? I personally like to do that, mainly because the rooting process gets really fast after that. So first thing first, you got to make sure that after the watering, leave it out overnight. The next day, all right, put it into a styrofoam box, cover it totally, okay? And please do note this important tip. You need to open the box every single day. In the daytime, in the morning, basically, because when it is not so hot. In the morning, open it for 1 hour. The reason is you need to have that circulation of fresh air, circulating into the box and so forth. If you don't open the box, there's gonna be a huge problem, and that's called fungus and mold attack. For 5 days consecutively, do this. Open, close, and after 5 days, you can open it, or you may choose to keep it halfway open. 3 things, just like taking care of a baby plant. I call them my babies. Number 1, do not put them in direct sunlight. Number 2, do not put them where they can get direct strong winds. And number 3, do not put it near the rain. All right, so these are my tips. Watering the cutting, I can go through it as we go. Contact us after 1 week, or if you have any question, let me know. All right, over now from the Fit Queen.